there, welcome back to Systems with Sammi. So last week we talked about the system to save my sanity, the master spreadsheet, that one thing that you can put everything on just so that you can make sure that everything is in one place. Well, today we're tackling the system that changed my daily life, time blocking. So what is time blocking exactly? So basically it's scheduling time for tasks on purpose. So we're not living by the chaos of what other people need, what we need to do, and we're making appointments for ourselves. Just like how agents wouldn't necessarily cancel an appointment with a seller or a buyer to either show them a house or give them a CMA or something like that, you should not cancel appointments with yourself. So that's what the time block is for. It is your own personal appointments with yourself. So why do we do that? Well, the best thing is it makes you stay on track, organized, and it helps eliminate what I love to call decision fatigue. Right? I can't decide what I need to do next, so I'm just going to stare at my ever-growing to-do list that's not actually a success list and just kind of figure it out as I go. Also, scientifically, we have more productive hours. So a lot of times they say the mornings are the best time to be productive. Some people, it's the afternoons, depending on who you are. But it's important to know that you have more productive hours than non-productive hours. So let's really dig in and get the meat of the stuff done during the most productive hours of our day. You can also bucket your time. And this is something that I had the pleasure of talking with another amazing director of operations, and she's also a productivity coach. Her name is Tara. I'm going to make sure that you guys have her information in the comment section or in the description so that you can make sure you find and follow her too. But Tara talked to me about mini days. And mini days are a concept where basically every chunk of time, so I believe it's every 6 hours, you reset your day. So it's like having a full day in 6 hours. What I love about that is taking that reflection time. So after that 6 hour time block, what did I do today to move the business forward? What did I do today to make myself super productive? What is one thing that I could have done better during that 6 hour period? What's great too is at the end of the day, you're not living in this fog of, what did I even accomplish today? So making those chunked out mini days, some people love to call it super blocks or things like that. So you can really make it work for you. I love the idea of a super block. And that's where I really, when you look at my calendar, it's a color-coded section, and we're gonna jump into color coding too. The great thing about time blocking, at least to me, is you're prioritizing different things. So in your time block, you can time block for family, for admin work, for your lead generation, for clients, for customers, whatever you wanna do, it's in a time block. So how do you set up that time block? Well, you need to set your priorities. So what are your top 3 buckets? And I will say that life and family should always be your number 1 bucket. You are your number 1 bucket. Then when it comes to the business, what other 2 buckets do you need to really be productive? So if you're in the real estate world, is that lead generation? And the answer is yes. Or is that your project time? If you're on the operation side of things, are you working on those projects? Are you making sure that you're getting your systems in place, your playbooks, your processes, all of that? Is your follow-up in there? Are you following up with the people that you need to be following up with on a daily basis? And what does that look like? So make sure you have your 3 top buckets and block them out. Then you need to take your non-negotiables and put those in first. For me, some of my non-negotiables are taking my kids to school in the morning. That's a non-negotiable. My gym time, which is a couple days a week, is a non-negotiable. I have to go to the gym. There are also work activities that are non-negotiable. Those are meetings. Those are my leadership meetings, my team meetings, my meetings with agents, my meetings with admins. Those are non-negotiable. We have to have those to move the business forward. Appointments. Are you having listing appointments, buyer appointments? Do you have appointments with staff members, with team members? Do you have appointments with vendor sponsors? Do you have appointments with yourself? Do you have doctor's appointments or anything like that? Or if you can't tell, maybe a tattoo appointment thrown in there. You have to leave yourself white space. Some people like to call it buffer space. Some people like to call it white space. I call it the chaos space. Unexpected things will happen. Life is not a clean, easy, time-blocked process. So I like to make sure that I have little bits of white space, of chaos space thrown into my calendar, right into that time block so that I know that if something comes up, I can just get to it during that chaos time. Make sure that your high value items are what you time block first. So again, your top 3 priorities, those high value items and your non-negotiables. make sure you leave that chaos time because you want to save your sanity. So I'm going to show you, this is an example of what my everyday looks like. So if you can see, I have a time, and I'm going to make sure that you have this right here is going to be something that you can download. So make sure you jump on to the description and you'll see the link tree and you'll be able to find this. So this is a printable I found online, and it breaks it down into 30-minute chunks of time. And if you can see, I have color coded each section of my time block. So even things like I have a nail appointment today, so making sure that's time blocked out. Don't look at my nails. And then, I don't know, sleep. Also on this time block, what are my priorities for the day and what are my top to-dos for the day? So I'm gonna make sure you have a copy of this, and I'll zoom in so you can see kind of how I time block my day. I also save these. So as you can see, I put mine on a really nice little clipboard, and every day I have that. And then I can go back at the end of the week and see, what did I do to move the business forward? What did I do to move myself forward? The other thing that I love, all of my pens. I am obsessed with a colored pen. I have a problem with office supplies in general. Don't look at my desk. But these colored pens, they're the Flair pens, but I also have the Tombow plant pens. I've got gel pens. I got G2s. I got every pen you can think of. I love a highlighter. I love to color code because each color, and green always means money. Each color means something different. My third little hack is a time cube. So right now it's got all these different time amounts on there. And what I can do is I put it on my desk, and it reminds me when we're about a minute out from the end of that time block. And then you can either turn it so it buzzes, it makes noise, or it just lights, this little blue light lights up. So this is a great tool because sometimes I find myself that I get lost in my own time block and I get so sucked into a project that I just can't handle it. Well, why would I want to do that when I have so many other things to do? So I am going to challenge you to a 3-day time block challenge. So over the next 3 days, so your first 3 work days, whatever those look like, time block your day. See how much more productive you can be in that time block. And what's your biggest time vampire? What is that thing that is sucking your time in? That is your time vampire. You don't want a time vampire to suck your day in. So what is that, and can you leverage it off? Is it something that someone else could be doing for you? You don't have to do it, someone else could. Or is that something that you would love to be able to do, but you need to figure out a better system to make it not suck your time as much? I hope that this was helpful for you. Time blocking is so much fun. It's super simple, and it helps make sure that your day flows in a way that makes sense. Tie that time block to that master everyday calendar, that spreadsheet that you have of what you need to do every day. Tie those together. That's how you can get some of your buckets and your non-negotiables thrown in there too. I can't wait to see you all next week. So every Friday, we're going to have a new episode drop. Next week, stay tuned. We're going to have another great Systems with Sammi because your systems are worth your sanity. Thanks, y'all.